This man carries any remaining hopes for making sure that some sort of ceasefire in Syria is actually observed. And despite violations of the truce on both sides, the head of the UN observer mission, General Robert Mood, remains hopeful.
We've had a professional and good meeting, as always. We have discussed the establishment of the mission. We have discussed local stability project, local engagement as the way to go forward. And we have discussed procedures and specific incidents.
But if these pictures posted on YouTube from Homs on Tuesday are to be believed, specific incidents are still going on around Syria. This mother in Idlib mourns the loss of her son, killed, she says, in overnight shelling. She's far from alone. The UN says there are 1 million people across Syria that are in desperate need of help. So there was cautious optimism from its Syria Humanitarian Forum when Damascus agreed to allow in aid workers.
Whether this is a breakthrough or not will be evident in the coming days and weeks, and it will be measured not in rhetoric, not in agreements, but in action on the ground.
If the Syrian government keeps its word, this could represent a concession to the Kofi Annan peace plan. But Western countries remain adamant that President Bashar al-Assad must go much further with it or face more concerted diplomatic action.
We have to discuss it once again in the Security Council, and that we have to discuss new measures backed by the United Nations. For example, we had around about 13 rounds of sanctions in the European Union against the regime. And I think it is time to discuss sanctions also in the United Nations.
But that can't happen if China and Russia continue to use their veto on the Council. And as President Vladimir Putin met his counterpart in Beijing on Tuesday, there appeared to be no sign of any movement in that direction, both men insisting the Annan peace plan was the only way. Dominic, Kane, Al Jazeera.